Did Insta360 just outsmart DJI and GoPro with the release of their new Ace Pro Action Cam? To answer this question, we're going to be looking at three main things: form factor, hardware, and finally, and most importantly, the new software improvements in this camera. The new Ace Pro comes with a flip screen. Now, this might seem like a small addition, but if you see what DJI did recently, which is the release of the Osmo 3, which is a dedicated low-weight vlogging camera, you'll quickly realize that Insta360 is giving you an action cam slash vlogging camera in one. What is also interesting to realize is the fact that a flip screen gives you more freedom in terms of POVs you can shoot from. I only fully grasped this when I saw Brandon Lee's video, who first of all is using it on his collar here, and secondly, if you want to get really creative and funky, you can even put it in your mouth and get some chest POV shots with this camera. Basically, by adding a flip screen, Insta360 is giving you a 2-for-1 camera, a low-weight vlogging camera combined with an action cam. Now, the most interesting addition on the hardware side of things is the fact that this camera has a Leica lens. If you are a professional videographer, you are very familiar with Leica and the fact that they're known for great color rendition when it comes to their lenses. Looking at the first footage from the Ace Pro, you do notice that this camera has really pleasing colors. Now, the great color rendition is not only due to the fact that this camera has a Leica lens. The software also plays a big part in this, and it's on the software side where Insta360 has made some very interesting strides when it comes to action cam. The core software improvements in this camera are done with the help of AI. First and foremost, Insta360 uses AI to denoise your footage before it gets encoded. This allows the Ace Pro to crank up the ISO without affecting your image quality too much. Another interesting benefit of this denoising is the fact that you can now use higher shutter speeds, which is better for stabilization. Now, when you combine these two improvements, the result is stable footage even in more challenging lighting environments. What Insta360 has also added is an HDR mode. You can use HDR up to 30 frames per second. Now, my biggest fear with HDR on these small sensors is that your image is going to look pretty processed. Now, looking at some of the initial footage, it looks like this HDR does a pretty decent job of giving you more dynamic range without that overprocessed look. Now, finally, on the software side, there are some more, let's say, fun or creative AI features. Now, you can use this camera to cartoonify footage that you've shot with it. Now, this might look like a bit of a gimmick, but in reality, AI is coming to videography, and these are kind of the first steps, first experiments of what its potential could be. Now, while this might not be the main reason why you'll go for this camera, it is a fun, low threshold way to experiment with these new technologies and see what their potential is. The Ace Pro is Insta360's sincere effort to shake up the action cam category. This camera feels much more like a leap forward than an incremental release. And with this release, Insta360 is not only opening the attack on its direct competitors, but is going after the market share of most low-end vlogging cameras.